Hi, I'm Ken, and today I'm going to talk about the nonfiction The Devil's Bite, written by Leslie Jamison. So the article is to reveal the truth about the disease Morgellon, its common symptoms, and how patients suffer from the loneliness and are misunderstood by the public and doctors. So the author went through the history of the disease, how patients are treated improperly due to biases such as sexual discrimination, mental illness, and finally suggests we should approach these sufferers with more compassion and generally listen to them without preconception. The author's attitude toward her subject is skewed by her own experience. Nevertheless, the work does present the truth. For she clearly recognized that she cannot fully understand their suffering, but still tried to discover the truth about it. First, in a paragraph, she confessed that, "But my willingness to turn Morgellons into metaphor, a physical manifestation of such abstract human tendency, is dangerous," meaning that she knew that how she interpreted the symptom was wrong and can lead to dangerous close-mindedness. Additionally, she stated that she left the conference of Morgellon early with embarrassment. For she felt a sense of betrayal, not being able to understand their suffering after listening to their stories and earning their trust. Finally, the author said she wanted to believe and had to follow humbly. Yet she could not believe them the way they wanted to be believed and admitted that, after all, she was merely one of the typical. My interpretive lens comes when I read about how patients view the careless doctors and was mistreated by their smirks and murdered remarks, the hastily scribbled notes, cutting gaze. And this related to my personal experience in the hospital, where doctors' expertise gave them a superiority and thus become close-minded. And I think this interpretation comes from partially stems from the first person point of view technique used in this nonfiction, which is very effective in drawing the audience to experience the scene more closely while missing the other party's perspective. I mitigate these lenses by thinking, what if I were the doctor diagnosing Morgellons? I found that I might disbelieve these patients since there's no valid evidence supporting the disease. However, the difference between me and the doctors that simply jumps to the conclusion it's this mental illness called delusion of parasitosis is that I will pass no judgment and turn to psychiatrists to diagnose whether it is a mental illness. So the article was published in the author's essay collection called The Empathy Exam, which positioned itself as training materials to assess the doctor's ability to emphasize. The author's purpose in the book make me aware of the misinterpretation of the truth due to the single point of view. Furthermore, the article from NCBI from the other essay gives me knowledge about how not only do these doctors lack the expertise in diagnosing mental illness, but there is no official way to classify Morgellons as mental illness in psychology. Hence, by obtaining more knowledge from both perspectives, I have lessened in the influence of my interpretive lens. And that is my report on the nonfiction uh, called The Devil Bites, written by Leslie Jamison.